All right, so last time Joey was helping Harold celebrate his birthday in the special ed room, and he thought he was doing him a favor by blowing out his candle for him, but people didn't seem to like that. I never did make it back to Mrs. Maxey's class for math drills like I wanted to, and when school was out, I walked home. That's when I found out I left my key on the bulletin board, so I just lay down flat on the porch to hide from the bad kids and waited again for Mom. I was thinking about her all afternoon because of something I wanted to ask her. When she turned the corner, I ran up to her and tugged on her arm. "Can I ask you a question?" "1 minute," she said, and gave me her purse to hold. We went inside, and she undressed and hung her dirty work clothes that smelled like bleach on the back of the bedroom door and put on her bathrobe. And all the time I kept saying, "Can I ask? Can I ask? Can I? Can I? Can I?" "Just let me wind down for a moment while you tell me where your key is." I told her about the bulletin board, and I followed her to the kitchen and watched as she fixed herself a drink. She sat down at the breakfast table and opened the newspaper and hid her face behind the huge pages as if she were reading the wings of a giant butterfly. "Now? Count to 100 first," she said. I was counting the numbers off as I was running down a huge flight of stairs and staring at the color photos of a car crash on the front of a newspaper. "Now?" I asked after I had counted to 100. "Okay," she said, "fire away." "Did I eat paint chips when I was a baby?" "No, just potato chips," she said, and turned the page. "Well, did I ever fall on my head?" I asked. "Mostly your butt," she said. "Well, we got a new kid in specials today," I said, as she rattled the paper, with my heart clamoring high up into my chest. "And I heard one of the moms say he's over the fence and long gone. He's skinny and his head is so small, like a kicked around softball, and he can't do anything. I mean, nothing. Like, my worst day is better than his best day, ever." "Then count your blessings," she said, turning the page, "and don't go looking for ways to blame me for your problems." I still couldn't see her face, but it was like I could see her voice, and it said, "Don't push me. Just stop now and turn around before you go too far and get hurt." And so I buttoned my lip and just went back to eating the salty nuts out of the big bowl of party mix, and then she lowered the paper, and I saw 2 wet spots where she held it across her lap. She was crying, but I didn't know if it was because she drank too much or if it was just the everyday sadness of her life. She sniffed and sniffed as if she were pulling something up. She sniffed and sniffed as if she were pulling something up hand over hand on a rope, like this. As if to pull up back into her eyes and nose when she said, "Why me? Why is this so hard?" I didn't have an answer to that one, but someday all that asking me why is going to wear my brain down so that it's as smooth as a boiled egg, and I'll just sit in Mrs. Howard's big chair all my life like the coma kids, and that word "why" will float through me from ear to ear like a warm breeze. We had a kid in specials named Kerwin Clump, and Mrs. Howard calls him "my cute little lump," but not in any kind of mean way. He doesn't do much but sit there and drool, and then every now and then he jumps up and pulls the plastic fire alarm. He did it a couple of times to the real one in the hallway during the first week of school, so they put a fake one in the specials room. He can pull that without the whole school having to empty out, and the fire trucks arriving with ambulances screaming right behind them. And all the while, Kerwin hopping up and down like he's permanently on a pogo stick, saying, "I bad, I bad." No, I'm not like Kerwin. I can have good days, entire days when I wake up and I'm calm inside, like water when it's not boiling, and I can just plant my feet on the floor like every kid in America and do a sleepy walk down to the bathroom and take a nice hot shower and wash my hair and dry off and get dressed and eat breakfast, and all the while thinking about what I'd like to do with my day. And then the most amazing thing is, after I think about what I want to do, like read or see a friend or say something nice to Mrs. Howard or write a poem, I actually do all that stuff. That's amazing to me. I think it, then I do it. This may be how everyone else operates, but this is not usually how I operate. Usually, I wake up with springs popping inside my head, like I'm in the middle of a pinball game where I'm the ball, and I shoot out of bed and directly to the kitchen where I ricochet around after food until by chance I snatch some toast off the counter, then go slamming off the padded stool tops like they're lighted bumpers and zing up the hall and into the bathroom where I try to brush my teeth, but I brush most of my lips. and chin, and then I explode back out the door and across the living room and caroom off the furniture until Mom gets a grip on me and wipes the toothpaste off my face and works a pill down my throat. Then she holds the back of my head and pushes my face into her soft belly and just holds me like that for a few minutes. And if the meds are working, I begin to settle down real well. And when I pull my face away and look at her, she's smiling and stroking my head. And if she is in a good mood, we both start laughing, because it is funny that I've just gone from being Ricochet Rabbit to Charlie Brown in no time flat. And this makes both of us happy. I love it when she rescues me like this, and when the meds work, and when I go to school and stay in the seat and kids don't call me Zippy, and teachers pat me on the head at the end of the day and give me gold and blue foil stars and say nice things to me. And later when Mom comes home, I tell her how good I've been, and she smiles and smiles, and I get so pumped up, and I go get her a drink, and she keeps smiling and then calls me her genius, her hyper smart buddy, and we laugh. So it seems like Joey's got, some stuff going on in his brain that he can't help. Everyone's brains work a little differently. And the kids in the specials rooms, they all have their own issues that they're dealing with. It doesn't make them any better or worse than anyone else. It's just how we are. So we'll see if Joey can get some help maybe, instead of just sitting in the big chair. I hope so.